Hurricane Bud is now a tropical storm and taking its aim on Baja California. The whole named storm of Aletta has now gone poof. We're done with Aletta, and now we still have Bud left and another low pressure in the eastern Pacific and another area of organized thunderstorms in the Atlantic Ocean. Now let me talk about Tropical Storm Bud. Yes, no longer a hurricane, because when it was a hurricane, it was a Cat 4 and it rapidly strengthened to Cat 4 status. But as soon as it hit those cooler waters, it rapidly weakened. So what went up from Tropical Storm to Cat 4 status in under around 24 hours, and then from Cat 4 to Tropical Storm in 24 hours. So what went up has now gone down. But just like Aletta, Bud was looking really good as a Cat 4. When you just look at those satellite imagery at Cat 4, Cat 5 hurricanes, the eye, the tight core, is beautiful. But Bud right now is now a tropical storm and it's going to make landfall in Baja California or around CABO, St. Lucas as a tropical storm, but that's going to be tomorrow. But as of this moment, it is a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm with the pressure at around 994 millibars. Tropical Storm Bud is expected to make landfall right around CABO, St. Lucas, right on the tip of Baja California tomorrow night, Thursday night, or Friday morning in the wee hours of Friday morning. But nonetheless, this tropical system is rapidly weakening since it encountered these cool waters of the Pacific. Even when it reaches CABO, St. Lucas, it might not even be a tropical storm anymore because it might not even hold 40 mile per hour of wind. It's going to be very close, but for CABO, St. Lucas, it's just going to be rain and a little bit amount of wind. If Bud made landfall when it was a Cat 4, this would be a completely different story, but it's going to make landfall as a weak tropical storm. Two different ends of the spectrum. Even though Bud's going to make landfall as a weak tropical storm, there is still tropical storm warnings all the way from the major city of La Paz all the way down to the coast of CABO, St. Lucas, which I've been saying that name a lot for the past few videos. Even when it makes landfall in the wee hours of Friday morning, it's still going to continue northward onto the mainland of Mexico and then continue to bring moisture to Arizona, New Mexico, and the mainland United States. This is actually good news for Arizona and New Mexico because they're actually in severe drought. So getting that rain relief from a little remnants of Bud, that's sure going to help the cause for sure. But if anyone was planning some weekend plans in CABO, St. Lucas, or up along the Baja California Peninsula, those plans are kind of ruined for Friday morning and probably to Friday night. Good thing the waters around CABO, St. Lucas are freezing cold. Not freezing cold to us humans, but freezing cold to them hurricanes at Cat 4 status. Thank God, because we do not want a Cat 4 making landfall. That's no bueno at all. When Bud makes landfall Friday morning, you think we'll be done with the Pacific. But no, the National Hurricane Center has outlined another low pressure to be possibly formed within the next 5 days. And it has a 50% chance at forming. So it's 50-50 for this ping to be the third named storm. If this named storm does form, it's going to be given the name Carlota. I'm hopefully pronouncing that right. But it's actually going to make landfall in Mexico as most likely around a tropical storm. It has a 40% chance to form within 40 hours and a 50% chance to form within 5 days. This low pressure isn't going to be given that much time to get its act together while it's approaching north into the Mexico mainland, but it's gotten a pretty good shot given that it has some nice convection of thunderstorms around the center right now. And that's it with the Pacific, and we turn our eyes to the Atlantic. There is a little disturbance that the National Hurricane Center has outlined, but no models is picking this up. It has a 0% chance to form within 40 hours and a 20% chance to form within the next 5 days. This is highly unlikely to form now given that the GFS, which has been picking up this sort of system, this sort of low pressure to form within the Gulf of Mexico for weeks now, has finally dropped it. So this system is going to form. But after Bud makes landfall, it seems like it's going to be a tad bit quiet in the Atlantic and the Pacific for a short while until something gets stirring up again. But thank you to all my subscribers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one for another tropical update.